Who's here somewhere? Yeah. Star Roxana Nicliam. We've got producer, editor Gary Sheridan. Conor O'Toole is also the swag man. And we have DOP Owen O'Brien as well, I believe.
Hello. Hello, thank you for watching our film.
And
Good night. No,
I suppose I'll ask some questions. But I want everybody to know we have a couple of roving mics, so if you have a question, just raise your hand, and our guys will bring the mics to you. And we'll pass your questions on. First of all, I owe you an apology. I incorrectly
It's okay.
introduced the film as Bicycle Thieves, when in fact it is Bicycle Thieves Pumped Up.
yeah,
Not to be confused
There's a different
with...
film.
yeah.
I haven't seen it. It's 2013. It's a Hindi film. Bollywood. This is a remake of that.
But
don't tell them.
similar subject matter, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think we realized we were making Bicycle Thieves again until way after we finished making it. I was like, oh, do you know what this is a bit like? Did you know?
No one knew. No one knew.
We literally talked about it. I was like, oh, like Bicycle Thieves, and you're like,
I was like, no, it's nothing like Bicycle Thieves. And then I saw the edit, and I was like, ah, this is a bit like Bicycle Thieves, actually. Some of the themes, you know.
But you've also talked about, like you said, you literally had your bike stolen in the exact same spot that Mags had her bike taken.
Yeah, on that street. That's just pure coincidence as well. It just happens to be where my friends lived, so we could film in their flat. And I was like, oh, actually, I got a bike stolen from right there. So, yeah, it's, reliving old traumas. That's what this is all about, you know. I did,
Cool.
a lot of that stuff happened to a lot of people. I like, poached things from people's lives. Like, my handlebar did come off while I was cycling down a hill once, and I have shouted at a number of people who've knocked over bikes on the street. It's very fun. Like, they can't stop you. It's just good fun, yeah.
Speaking of shouting and anger, Mags seems like, I mean, this movie looks like it was a lot of fun to work on in a lot of ways, but it seems like your character was just like the ultimate in wish fulfillment.
yeah, exactly. I was someone on Arena the other day, they were just like, so what was it like playing like a very angry woman cyclist? And I was like, if you cycled around Dublin like for an hour, you will understand every single motivation that she has. But it's exactly that thing of like every single thing that comes into Mag's head, she's just gonna express it. I don't think it's her fault, but yeah, I do wish I could carry a bit of that around me.
Tell chuggers to fuck off.
Yeah. Tell everyone to fuck off.
Yeah, I hear you.
I feel bad for that guy. Actually, I think if we had the money, I would have gone back and added her going and signing his petition at the end of the film. I'm not really sure what it's for, but he seems like he needs it. He seems like he really wants that sign.
It's his face.
It's good for your face.
Yeah, it's useless.
His dad's gonna come back. I was like, Eman, just hassle her. I don't know what you're gonna say. Just hassle her. Yeah, there's a lot of input from the cast and crew, kind of a lot of the way through of it, because it's a lot more fun that way. And so, these guys here gave me, they took the script that I had and made it a film. Which was very good of them. It was kind, in retrospect.
Absolutely. And actually, I mean, maybe this is a question for Gary as well as a producer, like, because you've described this, Conor, as being like being made on a decade's worth of favors. So what was that like?
Well, actually, Gary's only telling me today he didn't actually owe me any favors before this. So
He owed us
I owed them nothing.
He
and
owes us favors now.
yeah, I'm doomed. I owe them a decade of favors. It was just a lot of people I was like, I know I can call them in for a half day. Because, I mean, when you're making a micro-budget film, the inclination is to go, like, let's just do one location and 3 actors. And I was like, but it's just as cheap to just roam around in Dublin and film on the streets and have different people pop in and out for the day, you know? And people were more than happy to give us their time, thankfully.
That's great.
And now they're like, oh no, they actually made it.
It's actually out.
Yeah. So many people were like, oh, I'm glad to see the film is finished. If I'm in the final cut, it's great. It's like, I didn't cut anybody out of the film. Why would I do that?
In fact, you said that most people who worked on it are actually also on screen at some point.
Yeah, I think almost everyone. I think like our costume consultant wasn't there, and I chatted to Renata one time about clothes. Yeah, asked Thomas, he wasn't there either. Yeah, shame. He had a job, so he couldn't actually make it to set. If you're wondering how many people in Dublin are underemployed, it's at least 60. Yeah, I've some flyers with the cast list over there if anyone wants to see all of the people that are in the film. It's quite a lot. I voiced like 3 or 4 different characters, don't I, Gary? Yeah. Gary did an incredible amount of work on the edit because like we didn't have a dedicated sound man on set, and you would not believe that from the way it sounds, which is all thanks to this man here and an unbelievable amount of work. Do you want to tell us about how easy it was to work with me, Gary?
It was a dream to work with this guy right here. There was 42 edits. But yeah, no, it was brilliant. I enjoyed working on it, every bit of it. So I was happy to keep working as much as I could, even until like 3 days before I had to get this in, like up until 17th or something like that. So
We appreciate you getting it over the line.
thanks, Blah. These are great.
Owen, a treasure to work with, would you agree?
Absolutely. An absolute treasure, Conor O'Toole. He's a bit of a hero to all of us, I think.
Thank you.
Thanks, Conor. Yeah, for Conor.
Yeah. No, please, no.
That's enough.
It's all about Roxana. And Owen, you shot it,
Thanks,
right?
guys.
Yeah, you shot the film.
Do we have questions?
You played the garlic dip man as well.
He's garlic dip guy.
Yeah, which was I didn't. This is kind of interesting. I didn't cast myself or Owen in any roles in the film because I figured someone would drop out during the production, and so Owen stepped up at like an hour's notice to play that role. Because the other guy was like, "Oh man, I was playing fiddle in a pub yesterday, and now I'm stuck in Kilkenny, so I'm not gonna make it down." I was like, "It's all right, you're getting recast with a guy who turns out is much better." That was, and his name was Barry Keoghan. Is that how you pronounce that?
I've never pronounced that, but Roxana does.
Yeah,
She's probably right.
it's Keoghan, right? I don't know. It wasn't him anyway. Just so we're explicitly clear.
I don't think in 100 years
Does he
of
play
cinema,
the fiddle? Does he play the
there's been
fiddle?
anything as soul-destroying
You
as
mightn't
Garlic
have seen
Dip
him,
Man.
but he's in the background of one scene. Trust me.
Yeah.
Just shoot your hand up if you have.
Does anyone have any questions?
Right here. There's 2. We have 2 right here.
Yeah. Any answers that make us look good?
Yeah,
Any
why
questions that
don't
make
you-
us
why
look
don't you
good?
start
We'll
there?
receive hats.
And we'll come
He
up
wants
here.
a hat.
This guy wants a hat.
He's got a
Okay, that's
question.
not a question. I need questions and not
This cycling gang down the
Right
front
here,
needs some.
guys.
I'm gonna go out and live and guess you guys cycle, judging by the dreads and the T-shirt with the bicycle on it. Ask this guy here. He looks like a plant because I gave him the hat on the way up.
How are you?
Now, Stuart, step into the box.
Thanks very much. It was a great film. It was
thank you.
fucking loads of crack. And yeah, like I wasn't expecting that film. I have to say, like, no. I mean that in a fantastic way. When like bikes and the cycling community are often quite political. Not all of them, but like there was an underlying second perception about like this.
Is there a
housing
fucking
crisis.
question here, man?
There is. It's like okay.
I'm sorry.
So I mean, like, fantastically, like, okay, like, is your film a call to action on the housing crisis? I mean, like, the
it's-
actors in it did
Yeah.
stuff on bikes and bike
Yeah.
thieves. Is it a call to action for people to do something about the fucking housing crisis?
Yeah, I mean, that was not entirely what I intended. But
Well, it seemed
I'm
like-
very happy for it. But see, what happened was I wrote it in like 2018, early 2018. And like that's why there's no rental numbers in the film. I'm not like, oh, it's 1,400 quid, because that sounded really reasonable a few years later on, you know.
Yeah, we were scared that the housing crisis might have ended by the time the film was out, but thankfully it's gotten much worse.
Yeah, and the thing was, if Mags was to just get a flat from someone who she'd given a bike back to, that wouldn't be satisfactory, because it wouldn't be a systemic change. You know, it would just be like, oh, she's better off. And the most generous reading of the situation I could think of at the time was, because it was actually before like anyone was even talking about it, even the House Minister wasn't talking about it. I was like, maybe they just don't know. And so it was important to me that not only does she like get this, get her bike back, but she also has to like literally fix the housing crisis, which is why I described it as an alternate timeline. Everything else is very realistic, but that and her going to the guards 3 times, I feel, is pretty unrealistic. I wouldn't even bother going once. But oh yeah, that's true. But landlords can they'll come around if you just get in their face way too much. My landlord is here tonight, everybody. No, is my landlord even a man? I don't even know, actually. Landlords are best kept at a fucking distance. Next question.
Was there another one in front? Yeah.
Here, I'll do it. I'm right here anyway. What's your question?
Is there going to be a Bicycle Thieves 2, Rise Against the Landlords?
Yeah, no, there isn't one. No. If someone gives me a lot of money, I'll do that. Yeah, or like even a very small amount. Please, anything. We're so fucking broke. Please, we'll make it a TV series. I don't care. I'll do a radio. Roxanne, are you free?
No.
Bicycle Thieves 2. Can we get you signed on?
You can't shoot radio.
Can't shoot radio? Are you will reprise your role?
Yeah, cinematographer of radio.
Yes.
You're back in. Okay. Look, I'll talk. Yeah, have your people talk to my people. You know, he's not happy internally. Come on. Donica, who plays that character, maintains that he's the hero of the film. He just thinks of himself as the protagonist of the whole picture. Yeah, he's great.
Well, I do want to ask about that, because when you're casting so many of your friends, how do you decide, okay, who's going to be the villain, who's going to be the good guy?
Just the most hateable faces. Just line them all up.
Yeah.
No. No.
He's the nicest guy. The guy who plays Donica is ironically just like the loveliest man in the world. So it's so funny. Yeah, it's just his voice just come out. It has that real landlord energy. Like that fella over there had a question as well.
Okay.
Wait till you hear the question.
It better be good.
Don't worry, this will be good. So obviously, your movie is titled Bicycle Thieves Pumped Up, which is very similar to an Italian film, Bicycle Thieves. And I was wondering, I really had 2 questions, but the first one was, did you guys watch any other, or take inspiration from like other Italian neorealist films, especially with like your message and stuff? And then my second question was, because because a lot of those films don't have great endings, why did you guys choose to have a happy ending? I'm just kind of curious in that one.
I think the Bicycle Thieves things is funny because you obviously forgotten this. I remember us saying at this, I had just seen, just coincidentally, like a few months before, I had seen Bicycle Thieves. Yeah, we talked about this. Oh, yeah. And the thing about like the name of the film is kind of, because we couldn't, we called it Bike Movie when we were doing it. I was like, oh yeah, the Bike Movie. And then when we were trying to come up with a name, like I was just like, I just think Bicycle Thieves here would be so funny. And then it was the whole thing of like, yeah, but then they might actually think they need to see the first one and like go and see it and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll answer that bit. But in terms of like the housing crisis stuff, and did you watch any? What was the neo-political Italian cinema?
Well, it's not a neo-realist film. You might have noticed. It's a magical-realist film, surreal. So it's kind of the opposite, but it's got the same social through line of a person's life can be destroyed by just stealing a bike. So, and about a happy ending.
Why not? It's comedy. You gotta have a bit of fun. Yeah. I think the only Italian neo-realist film that I actually watched as a reference to it, funnily, wasn't Bicycle Thieves. It was Premium Rush, which is huge inspiration. It's one of the big bicycle movies. No, I don't know. I just thought it would annoy people if I called it Bicycle Thieves Pumped Up. It's kind of the long and short of it, really. And like, yeah, why not have a happy ending? Like she's earned it. It's like, life is hard enough. You might as well, like, she might as well have a good time. Am I right? Oh.
We're happy she's happy anyway.
Speaking of happy endings, we are running out of time. Just want to squeeze. Who wants to squeeze the last question in at the very back? Yellow T-shirt.
Give him a hat, yeah.
Faster, faster with the mic.
Yeah, we got to clear out quick after this, folks. Okay. The Damien Dempsey biopic is coming in, and
Go ahead.
A lot of them too. Thank you very much for coming to the film, by the way. Sorry, yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm so happy people like it.
Shout it out, even. Shout it out.
So you got a question? Oh,
Did you eat the garlic dip, Owen?
I still have it, if anyone wants some.
Okay, everybody.
It's in my pocket.
Roxanna McLean, Gary Sheridan, Conor O'Toole, Owen O'Brien, thank you so much, and well done on a brilliant film. Cheers.